Rush Duel is a fast-paced spin-off game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you can summon as many monsters as you want and draw up to 5 cards each turn. In this series, me and the TheDrAlex progress through each Rush Duel product release and build decks with whatever cards were available at that time. We have been drafting characters from the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's anime and have exclusive access to those characters' boss monsters, and will continue to draft characters from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush series. Join us as we continue to battle it out in this series, Rush Duel Character Draft. So this is the deck we're bringing to today's game. This is Gaia, and Gaia is a very, very strong deck right now. This is arguably one of the strongest decks in the game, being able to easily make things like Gaia the Battle Ruler and Swift Gaia the Dragon Champion, which is a nice piercing option. This deck just kind of does it all, and it's one of those turbo the graveyard kind of decks, because there's a lot of cards we want to see in the graveyard. We really want Chipper 7 Treasures in the graveyard that turns on all of our 7 Treasures archetype cards. We want to get our Gaias into the graveyard because that turns on our Veteran Curse of Dragon. We want to get Monster Incarnation into the graveyard because that turns on Reactor. We want to get Negate Attack into the graveyard because that turns on Negator Dragon. There's just so much stuff we want in the graveyard, so that is the game plan. Turbo the graveyard, hope we don't mill ourselves out completely, gain a load of advantage, get a load of free bodies on the field. We have lots of ways to pop back row, we have lots of ways to attack directly and get piercing, and try and just overwhelm that way. I think one of the negatives of this deck might be that if Alex is able to stick just a lot of giant guys, it might be difficult for us to out, but it's really going to depend on what deck he's playing. But let's fire into the games and see what he's got for us. So last week we played a very fresh mirror, which was interesting. It was a bit weird. I think we basically came to the conclusion that whoever used their back row in the better way kind of ended up winning. But it was also very much like, if you just throw out your field spell haphazardly, you can just die. And I think in game 2, you lost because of it. And in game 3, I almost lost because of it. Because I had a lethal line, but I threw down the field spell. And then you stopped me, I think, with Magic Cylinder. And then I was like, well, I saw lethal. We went for it. It did not work. But what that does mean is we do have 1 week of extra, because we have, I believe it's next Saturday, I believe is when the next set comes out, which should be some new stuff. So by the time we play next time, we will have all the new stuff, new decks. But this week is basically just going to be like a freebie. We're just going to play whatever we've got, whatever we want to play. I have no idea what you're going to bring. Literally no idea. If I was to throw a guess, I don't know, Fish. You might bring back Fish. Fish is a cool deck.
Okay.
You got any idea what you think I'm going to bring?
Fairies.
Fairies. Okay.
Yep.
Any like specific fairies, or just like, because that kind of covers dice, that's love, that's the dark fairies, that's the sushis.
Oh god, yeah, there's loads of
Yeah,
sushi.
there's too many fairies. Okay, let's go sushi. Okay. All right, let's jump on in and see what we've both got. Wah. Ooh. Wah. Ah.
Alright, we'll go first.
How did Double Fist not help me? This is a very strange hand that I've drawn.
This is going to be very telling.
Wait a minute. What's that dragon doing here?
And end.
Is this... I'm trying to like work out what this was. Was this the red eye / summon skull stuff? I think it is, right? I don't think I can do much with that information. So my play is like set the hand or Gamba. And Gamba is never right. Right? It's never the correct thing to do. I think gambling only ever gets you into debt. So we're going to just set the hand. And we're going to pass.
Okay. Let's go this.
Meteor Drake. I remember this guy whiffing a lot when you played him last. So we're looking for Meteor Dragon or Meteor Flare Fusion. So that means there's only 6 cards it can hit. But 6 is more than like the Dark Magician stuff, which can only hit like 4. So goodbye, Dragon's Chick as well. Poor little guy.
Oh, this.
What? He drew the one of... Alright, Satellite Medic. So we can add Meteor Dragon or Meteor Flare Fusion from your graveyard to your hand. It's that Meteor Dragon.
It is. Meatball
this-
dragon.
Are we just doing this just because he has 500 more attack than Satellite Medic? Was that okay? Yeah, it is.
Yep.
I can't blame you. That does make sense. It's just very like, oh god, he's got all the pieces he needs for his fusion.
Oh, okay.
Right,
That
what am
might
I
not-
playing? What am I playing?
What on earth?
What deck is this?
Oh no.
This is
cooking.
I'm going to activate Ship of the Seven Treasures, and I'm going to send to the graveyard Gaia the Fierce Knight.
Ooh.
Right, let's start by normal summoning Jundi of the Dark Path. So if I have 10 or more cards in my deck, which I have 28, so that counts, we can send the top 3 cards of the deck to the graveyard. Then if an Earth attribute monster is among the cards sent, I can draw a card and place a card from my hand to my deck. So this does let me filter if I mill an Earth monster, but doesn't plus me. So we'll activate its effect. So now I can draw a card. I should probably double check what I milled just to make sure there's nothing crazy. Oh yeah, you got to see my card trooper, my little boy. I thought we'd give him a go. We haven't really seen much of him yet. Which means I don't need you, probably. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and activate my face down card, the Overrush Storm. Place 2 monsters from my graveyard at the bottom of my deck, and then place a spell trap on my opponent's field to the bottom of their deck. So, who do I actually want back in my deck, I suppose, is the next question. I guess Card Trooper's not bad. Phoenix Dragon's probably good. Let's put those back. Let's get rid of this. I don't want to deal with that. Then, special summon the mighty Deity of the Seven Treasures Baydai. So I can special summon him because I have a Ship of the Seven Treasures in my graveyard. I can send the top 2 cards of my deck to the graveyard, and I can make one face-up monster on my opponent's field, lose 700 attack and defense. Now, I guess I kind of have to do this on Red Eyes because it can beat me. But you also get to just kind of use Meteor Drake to beat me up. I don't really like that. So I can reduce you by 7. So that would put you down to, annoyingly, 17. Alternatively, I just let you keep Red Eyes. I don't know. You've got both the fusion mets. It feels like it's a bad thing to do. Right, we're going to special summon in defense mode my Deity of the Seven Treasures Ryozai. So now face at level 7 monsters on my field and face down spell traps cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects.
That's annoying.
Yeah, I bet it is. We are going to activate Baydai. And I think I'm more scared of Meteor Drake, if I'm honest.
Okay.
So I'll go battle, and I will just attack over that. And then I'm just going to pass. Fortunately, I can't really do anything about Dark Path.
Oh, he's got such an annoying effect.
That's why she's limited to 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's very nice, though, being like, my Batcrow's not going to get popped. My monsters aren't going to get popped. You don't usually get that kind of security.
No, that's true. Don't go. Flare Fusion
Okay.
into
Because from hand.
this bad boy.
Oh, just the vanilla. So you can destroy exactly Jundi.
Sure.
Goodbye, Jundi.
Give it Meteorite Dragon Nail.
So it's gained 700 attack and can't be destroyed by card effects. Well, gained the extra 700 attack because it's a non-effect. Okay, so 42. I think we do this all the time regardless, so we're just going to negate attack this.
Ooh.
I think keeping these 2 around is probably always the play. Right, I think we always do this. So I will summon Steel Soldier Gale Vinery. So toss a coin. If it's heads, all face monsters on my field gain 500 attack. That's great. If I get tails, 1 monster on your field loses 800 attack, which is not as good, but in this situation might be better. But I think either way, me getting the boost is probably what I'm looking for. Okay, so we're going to reduce. Where do we want to put this now? I think it has to be Black Skull. Okay, we'll hit Black Skull with it. Now I'm going to tribute to summon out my Veteran Curse of Dragon. We're going to activate its effect. And we're going to perform a fusion summon. And we are going to go ahead and make Battle Ruler. We do have multiple different options now, which is quite nice, but Battle Ruler I think is still just the best one to have. We'll activate Battle Ruler, and we'll destroy Spell Trap. But first I need to put cards back into the deck, so for now I'd quite like this Negator Dragon. We'll get rid of this. So now I can attack over it. That's one of our goals sort of accomplished. Then I'm going to go ahead and activate Ship of 7 Treasures. And I'm going to discard and draw a card. Ooh. Ryozai still can't actually do anything. I was like, oh, maybe Ryozai can Callisto. So I know I have to use Beidai to weaken one guy. So I'll go ahead and activate Beidai. I guess we're going to reduce... I mean, like, is it Black's... Is it Red Eyes Black Dragon? I don't know if you're playing, like... well, I know you're playing Legend Strike, so maybe I just don't do Red Eyes. Let's do Meteor Dragon. Then we'll go to Battle Phase. And we will attack over and clear the Black Skull. And we will attack over and clear the Meteor Dragon. And then we'll pass.
Yes, okay. Legend Strike.
Okay. So we can bring back a level 4.
Dracon.
Now your levels are 10 or higher. So you can add a Dark Attribute Dragon or Fiend monster with 1200 defense from your graveyard to your hand. Your level 6 and lowers can't attack this turn. We're going to grab back a Summoned Skull Imposter.
Let me do this.
Okay. Out comes the boy. So you can send top card of it to the graveyard. All face-up monsters on your field get 500 attacks at the end of this turn. Then you can destroy all face-up monsters with 3100 or less attack, which you can't, but you can still gain 500 attack.
Okay. Dracon and defense. Never mind. Dude, sure.
No! Ryozai's thighs will protect me. Ooh, okay. Okay.
Actually, I should have gotten rid of Beidai.
I mean, it's debatable, which is actually better, because Ruler like doesn't have an effect anymore, but it's still the biggest guy, and there's a lot I can do with having a big guy. I think we always start with this. So we're going to go ahead and activate Beidai. We'll reduce this down to 25. I'm going to special summon another one. I'm going to activate its effect. And I'm going to reduce this. Oh, this is so weird, but we're going to tribute a Beidai to get out Veteran Curse of Dragon. We're going to activate its effect. We're going to perform a fusion summon to once again make everybody's favorite, Gaia the Battle Ruler. We're going to activate Gaia's effect to destroy a back row. And I'm going to put back into my deck probably a Beidai. He's pretty good. If it makes you feel any better, I was getting rid of both anyway.
Okay.
Then we're probably putting a Negator back, because I will draw into one of these Negators eventually and use it. It will happen one of these days. So now Ryozai can attack. Do we want Ryozai to be in attack mode? It's a lot easier to deal with when it's in attack mode. I know that you play a bunch of 1800 attackers in the Meteor Dragons and the Meteor Drakes, so I don't think I bother putting it into attack mode. We'll go to battle, and we will just clear over the Skull Archfiend, and we will clear over the Dracon. Now the big downside, as you probably noticed, is we have no back row, so can you guess what's in my hand right now?
Check.
Okay, so we get to add an Earth Attribute monster. So we get to add the Drake. We can then tribute to get out the Drake. We can use Drake's effect, which we're going to whiff. Oh no. It did not whiff. I guess I'd rather you had that than the other, but you probably had the other in hand already. There it is. Alright, so once again, no matter what you make, you can't get the pop. So, you know, no reason to make Black Skull unless you just don't want to use the other one's effects. What's the other one? Meteor Black Dragon?
Yeah, but I need a Red Eyes for that.
Well, I don't know what you got in your hand. You might have a guy who's Red Eyes in the hand. I don't keep up to date with your Red Eyes cards. They're not anything to do with me. Ooh, okay. So this is 2800 Guy. Ryozai Thigh Protect. I do like this guy. Like, he's just kind of modular. He's like extra. He's not your boss, but he'll get the job done.
Yeah.
What could that be? Wait a minute! Negator Dragon! Ow. Okay, Ryozai has been allowed to live this whole time, which is quite nice. We do quite like just having Ryozai around forever. So, I summon Card Trooper. We will mill 3 using my Card Trooper. Then I will send Card Trooper to the graveyard to draw a card. Alas, none of this has helped. How do we proceed now? I actually can't beat 28 right now, so I'm in a bit of a pickle here. Alright, I'm going to summon out Imaginary Reactor. Alright, that went perfectly. We will tribute the Reactor to summon out Veteran. Activate Veteran. Perform a Fusion Summon. Alright, now how scared are we of your back row? I mean, you play trap cards and we haven't seen your Legend Trap yet, and we know it's Negate Attack unless you're just playing Negator Dragon to flex on me.
That'd be funny.
The issue is, if I go for the pop on the back row, I still don't out 28, which is very weird. I think we actually don't make Battle Ruler, so instead, I'm going to combine these two to make Swift Gaia the Dragon Champion, who can send the top card of my deck to the graveyard, and then if it attacks Fitzfish monster, inflict Piercing. We'll activate that effect.
Okay.
So we will go straight to battle here. We will attempt to attack into this. Okay, I knew that one had high defense, and I still attacked into it anyway. So that's on me. And we'll pass on that. Okay, Ryozai remains intact, so my board cannot be popped still. Legend Magician. User effect. Is that a Graceful Charity with a really cool art?
Yep.
Dracon. Brings back the Armageddon. Tributes out the Armageddon. We can send a card from a hand to the grave to turn it into Summon Skull if we want to. Okay, straight to battle. We're going to get rid of the Piercing Swift Gaia. Okay. So we'll draw some cards. We will begin by summoning Sea Dragon. We're going to activate Sea Dragon Knight. I'm going to put some cards back into my deck, which is probably going to be you, and it's probably going to be you. I don't really see any better options. Let's take a little look-see. So that's a Jest. Now, I know you don't have another copy of Jest, because that would be cheating. So, what that does mean I can do, though, is tribute to summon out Veteran, activate Veteran, then I can perform a Fusion Summon to make everyone's favourite the Battle Ruler, and then I will be activating its other effect for once to allow it to attack directly.
Oh, yeah. Man, that Ryozai just is so unfair.
Yes, it is. I mean, there's a reason it's
Only
limited
you
to
can
one.
have it in this series.
That's right, it's mine! It's only at one. I mean, you did have a couple of opportunities where you could have gotten rid of it. Obviously, you valued getting rid of other stuff as well, but
Yeah,
I think...
then I just lose my board.
I mean, yeah. I mean, at what point is trading the board worth it if you're not going to lose the game, I suppose? Because, like, Ryozai, I think, very specifically against your deck, like, the deck you're playing very, very specifically is all about popping shit, right? Like, all your guys is like, pop all your opponent's board, or make a normal fusion and then pop a thing, and then... So I'm just like, I look at all of that and I'm like, okay, against you exactly, this is actually incredible. Against a lot of other decks, they're not going to care as much, but against your deck, it is ridiculous. Okay. Graceful Charity. I'll have to just find a legend on turn 1. That's not fair.
What is this?
See what
Yes.
Okay. Probably 2 normals. Well, we still got 4 cards up the hand, and on turn 1 you weren't really doing much. I could go defensive again, but I think we're going to get a little bit risque and see how it goes. So I'm going to start with summoning Jundi of the Dark Path. So once again, I can send top 3 cards to the graveyard, and we're hoping there's an Earth amongst them. Let's see what happens. So no Earth. Nothing really particularly interesting there at all, unfortunately. So let's spin the wheel again. Jundi, go! Okay, so now we can draw a card. Oh, that's not what we wanted to draw. And that has changed my plans. I think now I have to get rid of this. Alright, we're getting rid of that. Alright, we're going to set, battle, swing. Now, I know your guys, some of them have okay defense, so I'm just kind of hoping we don't hit those ones. Okay, we're fine. Then we'll pass on that. My unbreakable board. How will you possibly defeat the power of 2 Jundi? Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Some okay options there. Red Eyes Moon Dragon. There it is. That's a card that can become Red Eyes while in the hand. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. These two don't fuse. Wait.
No,
I'm pretty sure they...
not.
I was like, they don't fuse in the in one game. Do we just let this happen? I don't think. We are going to do this. I'm going to activate Negate Attack. This might end up being a mistake because that's quite a good card used early. But if we do draw Negator, it does turn it on. So it might be worth. Alright, our graveyard's looking a bit funky right now. I could just pour more cards into the graveyard. That is a legitimate strategy right now. So let's go Jundi. I would love to draw a card. That is an interesting card too. Where is this card going? This card goes to the bottom of my deck. I think I get rid of this. Then I'm going to go again. Then I'm going to normal summon out my Card Trooper. We're going to activate its effect. We're going to mill 3, and we're going to send it to the graveyard to draw a card. So we're just turbo in that graveyard right now. Look at all this stuff in the graveyard. Now I'm going to use 7's Wonder Fusion. I'm going to summon out Negator Dragon. We're going to activate Negator's effect. And we're going to reduce your attack. So that's done. So I'll tribute 2, summon out Gaia. Right, we're going to go Monster Reincarnation. We're going to discard a card, and we're going to grab back Veteran Curse of Dragon. That's what we're going to do. Then I'm going to normal summon out Imaginary Reactor, activate Imaginary Reactor. So we'll mill 2, and then we can put Monster Reincarnation back and draw 2 cards. We have Jest of the Cosmo Princess. And I want both of these gone because they terrify me. Unfortunately, all of that spinning of plates has not ended with that much to actually show for it. I think I just have to go to battle phase here. So battle phase. Attack. Attack. And attack. So I think I've just milled like 30 cards. My end board is kind of shit. Like, I cleared your board. I'm not sure if it was worth it. I'm going to die in 2 turns. Just from deck out.
Special summon.
Okay, meet your Drake. Drake effect. Oh, we hit it.
These.
Ooh. Okay.
Look at this.
Yeah, Overrush Storm. I needed that to make my deck bigger. Oh.
Flare Fusion.
Okay, we do have the Flare Fusion. Okay, Meteor Swarm comes down. Special summon a level 8 attribute dragon type monster with 1800. So Meteor Drake comes out, gets to use his effect. Adds another flare. That's pretty lucky. That could be pretty devastating. Oh, okay. Maybe not.
Oh wait, maybe is the Legend Magician.
No, you don't want that red eyes in the graveyard. No. Put it
You're
back.
right.
Put
I
it
want
back.
it in my hand
Wait, do you actually want it in your hand here?
to use with the
Oh,
Flare
yeah.
Fusion.
What does this make, though? Just makes this guy, like, that's kind of fine. Like, that back row didn't do anything.
Good battle.
Okay, so he's in the graveyard where I want him. Okay, so now we need to draw... We'll start by summoning out my Sea Dragon Knight. We will activate the Sea Dragon Knight special effect. We'll be putting some cards back into my deck. I'm going to put back Sea Dragon Knight and Sea Dragon Knight. Welcome back, lads. Let's take a quick peek. You know what? I would like that to be gone. The problem is, I think no matter how I do this, I don't think I win. I can clear your whole board and then die. Is there not a solution here that does not end in death? I guess I don't technically have to mill myself out. So the only way I can clear your guys is with Negator. So we activate Negator. So we reduce. So I guess we set and just go to battle. Attack over this. Attack over this. And then clear this. And that's it. If I had more deck left, there was a lot more I could do, but I don't have the deck for it. Oh, welcome back, Meteor Drake.
We can.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Meteor Dragon.
Summon the Starlight.
Yep. Expect Fusion. Okay. This feels so bad. Like, I couldn't use that trap anyway. Because I would die to deck out.
What's this?
God damn it. I really need you to have a back row. I don't think I have a win con now. I mean, we'll see what we draw, but I'm pretty sure I'm just dead to deck out. I could have done that twice. Oh my god, I have lethal if you have a back row, bro. Ah! Alright, is there any other play whatsoever? Because no matter what, I have to do 36 this turn. I think the only way I get that is realistically direct attacks and piercing. Well, I guess I'll show you what I've got. So I have this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I also have this, which gets me another one. And then have a way to put 2 cards back into my deck. And then I can tribute to summon out another one. Then I can mill 2, fuse into 2 direct attacking battle rulers. And I can also summon this just because thighs. And that's kind of it. So
Yeah, GG.
oh, bro. If only my deck was slightly bigger, we could have won that. It's hard to know how to play this deck when I want to be turboing the Griffin and when I don't. Like, the only other thing I could have done would be to not set that trap card. But then that still only gets me 1 activation, which still doesn't kill you. I would get 700 plus 26, which is still not lethal. And that'd still be the max I could do. Anyway, let's see what happens in game 3. Alright, well, let's go first. Well, I'm going to special summon the Veteran Curse of Dragon when activate its effect. What's next? Alright, we will tribute to summon the Veteran Curse of Dragon and we'll activate its effect. And then I will set a back row and pass.
Yep.
Oh, it was a better turn than mine. Okay, I will summon Card Trooper. We will activate Card Trooper. I'll be milling 3. And then I would like to send it to the grave to draw a card. Then I'm going to need that in the graveyard either way. We'll go ahead and activate Ship of the 7 Treasures. And I will be sending Swift Gaia to the bin. Draw 2 cards. Well, we can special summon Badai. We can activate Badai to mill some more cards. That has put a regular Gaia, so now I have the option to go for either or. Right, we'll go Jest of the Cosmos Princess. We'll send these 3. We'll hit 2 of these. Draw 2. Then we can activate Veteran. And I will perform a fusion summon making the Battle Ruler. We'll use Battle Ruler to hit the last back row. And we get to put a card back. What do I want back in the deck? I guess Veteran Curse of Dragon. Then I'll set this and normal summon the Jundee. I mean, I could activate Jundee just to put more cards in the graveyard. I think we've learned from our mistakes from last time, though, so we'll just go battle. Let's just see if this has low defense. A lot of your guys have low defense. It does. So we can get him for a chonk. And then we pass.
Oof. This?
Meteor Drake. Or as I like to call him, Whiff Drake. No, stop! Stop hitting it! You're supposed to whiff! That's what the card does! It's look at the top 4 cards of your deck and then shuffle it. So you can only add 1. It's not like Lord of D.
Yeah, what am I talking about? Let's go for this. Medic.
Okay, we've got the Medic. It scares me that you're thinking about this.
You back.
Okay.
Grab this.
Grabs that. So we know you've got a Meteor Dragon, unless you just put the Meteor Dragon back. We can activate this, which presumably we're going to fuse a Meteor Dragon into the guy on the board to make the 28. But who knows? Okay. We get a pop.
Red.
Okay, we're not gambling. Just going to get rid of the big guy. Ooh, that's pretty tasty here. It can't be destroyed by card effects, and he's got a lovely big stat line. 38 might actually be a bit tricky. Let's see what we can for. Alright, I think we're going to... This is a really weird play, but I'm going to activate Ship of the Seven Treasures, and I'm going to discard Ryozai to the graveyard. Unfortunately, that didn't really fix my play how I wanted it to. So I'm going to special summon Veteran Curse of Dragon. That's the next part of the plan. Now, we can actually fuse with it, which is something, right? It's better than not being able to do anything at all. But the only thing we can make is the Piercing guy. And Captain Pierce doesn't help a ton right now. He does not have bigger than 3,800 attack. So I think we are going to just use Veteran Curse of Dragon here. We will perform a fusion summon. The only one we can make is our Piercy boy. So out comes Swift Gaia, the Dragon Champion. Lets me send the top card of my deck to the graveyard. If this card attacks a defense position monster this turn, inflict piercing damage. And I get to, if I have no cards in my hand, draw a card. Which to me is nice. It's not bad. Unfortunately, not super duper useful right now. Normal summon Sea Dragon Knight. And I'm going to tribute it to summon out Veteran Curse of Dragon. Now, this one is not currently live. If we do just get a bit lucky, right? If we do just mill a Gaia, we do get to do another fusion, which would be lovely. So let's just do that. Here we go. Okay. So, with that in mind, we are always setting this. I guess we'll use this guy. We should use this guy first. Okay, it didn't matter anyway. That's good. So now we'll set this and we'll set this. We will go to battle phase. We'll use Captain Piercer to go over this. Oh man, that had really low defense. We'll just attack over this, and that's all we got.
Okay.
Oh, if that had 0 defense, there was a chance there, but it had a really fat butt. Alright, El Magician comes down. Oh, okay. So this one lets you summon a level 7 or lower normal monster from your graveyard and change its name.
No, suicide if I did that. Because you've got thingy, Drowning Miracles.
Maybe. Maybe not. I'll never tell.
I'm so low though. I don't think I'm living.
Alright, let us begin. With Sea Dragon Knight. I need to see what that is. Very important. What am I putting back? Budge. Ryozai can come back, and sure, you can come back, Bedai. What is it? Oh! Don't worry, we got a plan.
Yeah, I thought so.
I don't think that matters. We get rid of that. Okay. Then we will summon out Gale Vinery. Activate Vinery. Let's see what we get. Heads. That's the opposite of what I was actually looking for, but it's fine. It doesn't matter anyway. We can go Gaia. We can tribute Gaia for Curse. Activate Curse. Use into Captain Direct Attacker. And find the direct attack victory. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Go to battle. Declare the attack. Attack directly. Oh, alright. We got there. Man, it's weird, right? Because there was a time, there were many years that we have been playing this game where direct attacking has not really been a thing. And then Gaia came out and was kind of like the original direct attacker. I don't remember if it was like the first actual direct attacker, but it was like the first one that actually saw a decent amount of play. And over the last couple sets, we started to see a lot more direct attack decks coming in. And so now it's like, you forget that Gaia still does direct attack, because most of the time you make this guy, you're popping back row most of the time, right? But like here, I'm just like, you've just got giant guys. And like, I could have used my back row hate to get rid of your Dales, but then I'm like, I still don't actually beat 28 on its own. Like, I still need like a Badai, or I needed to get a coin flip on Vinery or something, right? I will tell you as well, I did have a Radiant Mirror Force face down, so you did play around it perfectly. But, you know, Gaia is still one of the strongest decks, right? It's still a really, really good deck. This is kind of the, obviously, you know, the 7 treasures Gaia deck. This is more of like the competitive current version of the deck. It's a lot of milling, as you probably noticed. We are playing the Imaginary Reactor package because it's just kind of funny. And just lots and lots of plusing, as we saw in that game 2. We did mill our entire deck into the graveyard to our own detriment. So, as for yours, we got to see what the Red Eyes deck can do. The Dread Eyes deck it's a really cool deck, but in my opinion, I think I've said this every time we bought this deck, I don't like the fact it has to run so many level 5s and 6s. That's the only thing I don't like about this deck. Like, a lot of the time, like, Meteor Drake cheats itself out. So it's like, does that really count? And Meteor Dragon is almost never actually going to be summoned, you usually just fuse it off from, like, hand. So it's like, does that also count either? But, like, I don't know, I just don't like the idea of playing so many high levels. But we have seen that we are getting that new Red Eyes Maximum at some point in the future, which does look very, very exciting. That is another one of those, like, I'm going to watch you summon it and just be like, man, you know, I really wish I had that card because it's really cool. I don't even know what the card does yet, but it just looks like it's going to be cool. Because the next Maximum I get is the Gadget Maximum, like the Gear Fortress thing. And I'm like, that's cool. But it's one of those, it's like Mega Rex, right? Fortrex, which is like a low-level maximum. So its effects are a bit naff. If I remember correctly, it like boosts its own attack up to 39 and then gets piercing, and that's kind of it. And it's like, where's the rest of the maximum? Because, you know, maximum's usually these like bombastic things, which we know the Red Eyes one is going to be this like insane, like high-level, like 4,000 attack guy. Actually, probably, he might not have 4,000 attack. Maybe he'll have like, because Red Eyes' kind of thing is that he's always had less attack than Blue Eyes. So I feel like maybe they'll give him like a smaller than 4k attack to try and kind of keep that identity. But I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what they do with it though. But thanks for the games, buddy. GG.
Yeah, GG.